Hey, it's good to see you. Welcome back. I have already posted a video introducing myself, so I just wanted to take a few moments and maybe talk about, well, not maybe, definitely, talk about child psychology. So, welcome to the class. Let me give you a little background on, well, you got background on me and why I like psychology, but I think you might want to know why child psychology. You probably don't find a lot of dudes teaching child psychology, but I like child psychology. I like children. And so, to give you a little background on this course, when I wrote this course, this is actually my class. I was the first one to come up with it, um, at least in Thomas Nelson. So, you're getting a lot of my perspective, my approach to children and child raising and all that. So you have child psychology, and where are we coming from here? I wanted a class. Initially, the class was like child development, how do children develop, and I had written it as fall is child psychology, and then spring was going to be adolescent psychology. We really couldn't get two different classes like that. And when you're dealing with a community college where people are here for 2 years, they're probably not really going to give you 2 semesters of their lives to break it up like that with that much detail. And plus then you go to your 4-year institution if you're really interested in adolescence. There's probably another class that you would take that would be like 300 or 400 level that you'd end up having to kind of do it all over again. So it's where we are at with the community college is to put it all into one class. So in this class, child psychology, you're getting it both the children and the adolescents. So you're getting development from conception up through the end of adolescence, which is really that question of what is it that makes us adults. And at the end of this class, I guess you would be prepared to maybe answer that or to think about that. So that's where we're coming from. As far as my perspective, and I think that if you are, especially if you're a child development person, if you take all that child development, all those child development classes, you may see that child psychology is somewhat of a different perspective, a different approach. Where I find child development classes, and from the educational standpoint, is very much the focus is on getting to know the generalities of children. How are they alike, and approaching like these are the approaches that seem to help most children or whatever. Where child psychology is going to be a different approach. I don't have I mean, I probably have a lot of answers, but I don't approach this as I'm giving you the answers. Child psychology is I'm giving you the questions, and that's going to be my focus. Is really I introduce you to asking the questions. So you get to know a child, or you see a child in public, or you see a parent with a child, and you're like, God, why is the kid acting like that, or whatever. So these are going to be. This is my approach: is to get you to ask questions and to say, why is that child like that? And then to be able to say, okay, I'm going to look at these 3 or 4, 5, 6 different psychological research-based theories, maybe, and get different answers or different ways of looking at it. None of them are probably going to give you all of the correct answers. Probably 2 or 3 of them will give you good things to think about and ways to get it. Okay? I'll tell you something else that's different about me and my approach to child psychology is that I don't assume I don't approach psychology or children's psychology from the blank slate approach. Many people, I don't know that psychologists do, but many people take a blank slate approach. So here we are when we're born with this ball of clay, and everything that happens to you molds you and shapes you. So if you take this child at this moment as like a kindergarten child, you're a kindergarten teacher. Kid comes in your class, as a child, and you go, okay, well, they can't sit still, so that means that blah 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 has happened. Okay, um, and then you go, well, it's the parents' fault or something. Okay, or you go, why is that child sick? Like, why do they have asthma? Well, they probably because they grew up with smokers or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that any of that is wrong at all, but I'm saying that I take a little bit of a different approach to get you to question things a little bit differently. So those things might be true, but also my perspective, which is what I would call epigenetic or evil, a little bit of evolutionary psychology, or an ecological or phenomenological approach. Though these are all different approaches, but they're things that I will get you to think about. I believe that each human being is unique. Okay, uh, I tend to look at psychology starting, the human development, human psychology, starting at conception and before conception. You are the result of your genes. You're the result of the environment that affects the genes, and you are the result of many, many different processes that make you completely different from well, I don't know, is that the right word, completely, but very much different from other people, even your siblings and your parents. And so who we are is wonderful and unique and amazing, awesome, unique from other people. So you can't say about one person the same things you say about somebody else. Um, so you're a parent of 5 children, and 4 of them are just ding, 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 beautiful, perfect, hardworking, or whatever. And then you have that one child, you're like, where the heck did you come from? And maybe you go, okay, I'm trying to be funny here. So you look around, you go, you're looking at your spouse or partner, you go, whatever. And where did that child come from? Is that your child? Is that my child? Okay. Which reminds me, so I'm reading this blog or not blog, but this Twitter from this guy, and he's like, my girlfriend's driving me crazy. She's pregnant, and she she's driving me crazy, and I had to tell her, this kid may not even be yours because I was sleeping with other people, and which leads me to the big question of, do people really know where babies come from? Anyway, we'll talk about that this semester. Anyway, I'm just so glad to meet you and to talk a little bit about child psychology. We'll be talking about it a whole lot more this semester. And welcome to the class, and I hope you enjoy it.